Keeble Suite 541's coverage of the 83rd Academy Awards is brought to you by Ashtabula County Medical Center, your first choice for health. Kent State University at Ashtabula. Earn a bachelor's degree in nursing, communications, business, and more, entirely on the Ashtabula campus. True North Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Friendly sales and professional service. Let's put you in the driver's seat. Carmike Cinemas Mall 6 at the Ashtabula Town Square, playing Hollywood's newest blockbusters in digital projection. EB & Company at the Ashtabula Town Square, now featuring American Commodore Tuxedo. It's not prom without EB & Company. Star 97 FM. The Star Beacon. WhySoBlue.com. Magic Oldies 1025. Suite 224 Internet. And 98.3 The Bulb.
On Wednesday night, the Academy took time to recognize the Oscar-nominated documentary films of 2010, both short subject and feature length. We caught up with some of the filmmakers to ask them what made documentary filmmaking different than fictional film.
As I've gotten older, I've tried to come full circle and remember that whether it's a documentary or a feature, it has to be compelling, it has to be entertaining, it has to be engaging, first and foremost, to be successful as a film. A film has to be compelling, and it has to be made from the gut rather than the head. So my hope is to make films that are emotionally compelling and that cause people to think about things, hopefully to learn about people and places that they wouldn't know about or issues that they wouldn't know about. But and there are different ways to make films. I'm not saying mine is the right one, but I try to make sure that it is something that's actually entertaining first and foremost, and that the education comes as a byproduct of being engaged in a great human story.
It happened in part because long ago I was an academic policy analyst, and I got to know some of the people who were among the people who warned about this and analyzed it, including a couple of the people who were in the film. They're people that I've known for quite a long time. And they began telling me that this was coming in 2007, and then explained it to me further in 2008 as it unfolded to all of us. And by the time Lehman Brothers went bankrupt, it just seemed to me that this was really important.
Gasland is about the largest onshore drilling campaign for natural gas in history of the United States. It's going on in 34 states. I was offered a gas lease in the Upper Delaware River Basin, which is in Pennsylvania. It's part of the watershed system that connects that brings water to New York, Philadelphia, and southern New Jersey, about 16 million people. They're asking to drill that entire area for natural gas, and this is actually happening across the United States in 34 states. So when I got this offer in the mail, it was worth about $100,000. And the gas industry came in and said, everything's going to be fine, it's going to be perfectly environmentally healthy, and you're going to make a lot of money. But then reports were coming in about toxic chemicals being injected under the ground, people could light their water on fire, and all these land scarring. And I went and I got in the back of my Toyota and drove across America, 24 states, and investigated and found exactly that. Massive water contamination, air pollution, health problems everywhere this industry was going. People could light their water on fire, which is one of the things in the film. And then went back and got into some hearings in Washington, D.C. and saw the gas industry lying to Congress, and then put together this film. The gas industry's been attacking us ever since.
Well, okay, the art of the documentary is not often the art of pursuing entertainment, but the two things can coincide sometimes. I don't think you start off trying to make a documentary to be a blockbuster or a kind of a roller coaster emotional ride. You start off with a documentary trying to tell a story, an interesting and true story. If you can make that entertaining, great. Documentaries often are entertaining. But obviously the difference is that if you're a producer starting off to make a piece of entertainment, then you're going to look for the most extraordinary story, the most amazing ups and downs. And we didn't do that with this film. We started off with a very simple idea, which was how to turn this incredible Frenchman who was a compulsive filmmaker, how to turn what he had into something that would work for an audience.
The first day I went to the landfill, it was actually before we started filming, it was when I was location scouting. And like the artist as you follow him in the film, I knew that the people in the garbage dump who work there every day sifting through recyclables would have stories that we should hear. I wanted to meet them and understand how their lives have taken them to that point. But I hadn't it would be so inspirational and impressive. I guess I thought, like Vic says before, that it's where everything not good goes, including the people. He thinks they're going to be criminals, almost sort of garbage monsters, almost not quite human, and have mental health problems, perhaps be quite difficult to work with. I was really expecting some quite difficult situations, but instead, first day I was there, cycling towards me, his bike decorated with little treasures from the trash, cute eagle horns and ears. This charming guy cracked this giant grin and flashed a peace sign at me and took his horn as he whizzed by on his bike. An old guy who I later met was called Walter, and I snapped a picture actually of his bike and texted it to you and said, oh my goodness, this film is going to be, I knew we were going to have a great film, but suddenly I knew we were going to have a spectacular film.
I wish I called, because she called me. I thought we spoke that night. She's in the garbage dump. And Lucy's a fantastic director. And when she called, she just couldn't stop talking about his people. And that's when I knew that, I think she sort of knew as well. When I heard that, I heard that enthusiasm and that awe of this, I knew then that there was a movie. And it was just what she'd seen, and also Lucy getting back to me with that. It was really, I wish I recorded it because it was so powerful. That was the moment we knew.
About a year and a half ago, we were told about the school when we made a visit towards the end of the school year, and we thought it just was a remarkable place. And we did a little bit of filming and discussed between us and decided to spend an entire school year there. And so Strangers No More is a year in the life of this remarkable, miraculous school in Tel Aviv.
Adopt a whole new family. This film in particular was fulfilling in a way that no other film I've ever made has been, because the light has been shined on this